Hello, everyone.
Hello, guys.
Good
Welcome
to see
in.
you.
Hello, everybody.
16 people to start off. That's great. Thank you so much for joining.
Come on in, guys. Come on in. If you're back there, come on in. Let's build this up.
How are we doing
Hello.
tonight?
We are good. We are.
So we've
good.
got
We got
in
a
the
nice
chat
bottle.
real quick before we sit into the wine. And I'm excited about this wine because we've never done one of these before. These specific Valpolicella wines, which are unique. So I really like that we're getting into this to do this one, and hope you guys are going to learn something from it. So hello, Theme Doom, my buddy. Good to see you, Adam, Tony Silo, Arlene Merlino, Carmela in the house, Maureen in the house. Who else? Adam. I said hello to Adam. Osada is here.
Now,
I miss anybody? Let's see. And there's other people here, but they haven't commented. But all right. So welcome. So tonight we have a Valpolicella Ripasso, and it's by this producer, Rengo. And it was given a high rating by Suckling, which Tommy found out on his bottle. My bottle does not have one of those, but it has 91 rating on by Suckling, which is good.
What is the high? Strong. What is the high?
The rating scale for those professional wine raters is usually from on 100. It's based on 100. So 91 is very good, and especially for people like James Suckling. James Suckling is a harder rater on things, so you're not going to see him. You're not going to see a lot of 95s. You're not going to see those high numbers with him. If it's a 91, it's going to be a good wine usually, if he rates it that way.
That's interesting. One more question about him.
Yeah.
How do you get him to rate your wine? Does he randomly pick, or you have to search him out and send
he has
an
a rating. Well, he has like a rating agency now that does this, and you have to go to them. You have to go to them and say, rate my wine. Here it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Good.
Yeah, and I would assume you have to probably pay a fee or something.
That's what I was going to say. You got to
something
a show. You got to pay your get. You got to pay. Yeah.
But I tell you what, he's not somebody that gives out ratings just because you pay him. He gives you an honest rating. So when you see a Suckling rating that's in the 90s or above, you're in good shape. So if you ever see that in a wine store or in a liquor store, a lot of times they'll advertise it. Bottle King does it. They advertise those ratings. If you see James Suckling, it's usually going to be good. If he's rating it 90 or above, it's usually going to be good. So just a little fact there. But let's talk about this. Go ahead. So let's talk about this wine a little bit. So Valpolicella is a wine that is made different than other wines. And the difference is how they go through the process. And what they do is they get the grapes and they dry them out for 4 months. So they dry them to the point where they're raisined. They're like raisins. And then they put them through the fermentation process. And it's a 2-stage fermentation process. So there's a lot more that goes into the making of this wine. And the end result is it has a unique taste. It has it says it on the bottle a bit. They give you a description on the bottle, a little bit of what the taste is like.
Verona,
medium body. It's medium. It's not going to be heavy. It's a medium body. And it's fruity, smooth taste with flavory finishes, and it goes with a lot of different things: pasta, tomato sauce, red meat, aged cheese. So it goes through with a lot of different things, and it all comes from northern Italy, comes from Verona, Italy, that region, Veneto, where Verona, Italy is. Where if you look at the map of Italy, if you're looking at the boot, it's the top right corner. That's where Verona
Wow,
is.
that's just great. There's a lot going on here. I mean, they give you a lot of information right in the label,
Hmm.
the history of it.
Right. Right. And it
Rengo
says
is
it
the
talks about
belle of
Romeo and
Verona.
Juliet on here. Romeo,
Yeah,
because
Rengo
that's where the play took place. The story
Rengo
takes
is the
place.
belle of beautiful Verona,
Yeah.
legendary town of Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
So Valpolicella is a process.
Yes. Hmm. Yep.
Ripasso is the process too.
Right.
Classical
Now, a
superior.
lot of people are familiar with Amarone because that gets
Yeah,
the publicity. But
that's a
Amarone is the same thing. Amarone, this is the same thing as Amarone. It's
this is a
cheaper though.
great. This is nice. This is a nice label. Very nice. Great information on here. Elizabeth, New Jersey.
That's the importer. Yep.
Importer, yeah, from Italy right here to Elizabeth.
Hmm.
And 14%.
Right.
Nice. Good find. Nice find. That's why they were sold out last week.
Yeah, I think the holidays, a lot of people picked this up. That's probably why it was sold out.
Well, the club price was what? A 13?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Elizabeth, Carmela, yeah. It's processed. It's distributed in Elizabeth from Verona, Italy to right here, your city, Carmela.
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is a good. I mean, it's a big importer of wine. I mean, that port brings in a lot of wine into the country, and from
Yeah.
there it goes all the way to the East Coast, all over the East Coast.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Now the grapes that come, the grapes that are used for Valpolicella are Corvina, and there's usually three: Corvina, Rondinella, and Molinara. So three grapes are blended together usually in a Valpolicella. And
Wait a
those
minute.
grapes are native to northeastern Italy. That's where they natively grow.
Something weird just happened on your screen. A
What
a
happened?
like a like hand symbol was in the middle of your screen as a quick shadow and went out. Now I don't know if
My
YouTube is
screen?
doing yeah. Yeah. Now I don't know if YouTube is starting to do that to remind people hit like, but I just saw it on your
Oh,
screen for a quick second.
interesting.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, let me say hello to while we're doing this. See No Evil is in the house. Gina is here. Vinny is here. Vinny Capiche is in here. Who else?
Sven.
Todd
Sven.
Father, Sven, Bobo.
Nice.
Bunch of people came in as we were gabbing away. The Toro came in. I think
Dave T.
Arlene came in. So
Hello, Dave T.
we got a bunch of folk here.
Yeah, it's nice. Great night for this.
Oh, Adam saw it too, he says.
Look at
All right.
Osada's comment right there. That's a nice comment.
A ghost thumbs up.
He saw
Yeah.
it.
All right. That's great.
Osada. That's a good comment right there.
Let me see. That's a huge wine festival in April.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow. Nice.
Google said 200,000 people. Wow. Nice. Oh,
Yeah.
Bobo, you got the wine for real? Wow.
Oh, Bobo has it. Excellent.
Before we taste it, I got a great comment. I got some great comments in my show. You must have got some new traction on your Jersey Devil show.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, because yes, Roy Munson was talking about it.
Yeah, Roy and a couple other people were talking about it. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah. And they listened to the whole thing. It's great, man. It's good. So I poured mine a little while before we started. So mine's been sitting.
Yeah, I just like I like to do that just because it's part of the routine here. It's part of the show that I
Part of
do.
the
I do
show.
the aerating there.
All right, I'm going to bother you for a minute.
Go ahead. Oh,
Take
get
the
it off the
comment.
screen. All right. All right. Whatever.
All right, look at this.
Yeah, it's interesting. Bobo says it's very deep with a ruby color, and he's right. But it's in the same vein. It's not heavy though. You can tell it's not a thick wine, even though it has that ruby color. It's not thick like last week when we
What
were
a nice
doing. It
color.
was really
Beautiful
thick.
color.
Yeah.
It really has a nice color too. And it's hanging back up there, man.
Yeah, those legs are hanging up there. I got a leg going like this.
It's really
Yeah.
hanging back there. Wow. Very nice. You can see it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but
Yeah, it's hard
they
to
can,
see that for them to see the legs, but
can't see
they're
that in the
there.
camera, but
They're definitely
you got a
there.
crystal clear glass.
Oh, you said 14%. Yeah, 14%.
Yeah, it's 14.
Yeah, last week was 16%. That was that was unusual.
All right. Looks
All
good.
right, let's see what it smells like.
No, nice.
I mean, I'm smelling like a cherry.
Strong. Nice, strong cherry.
I'm getting the alcohol. I'm getting the little alcohol tingling in my nose.
It's fruity.
Yeah.
Cherry.
Mm-hmm.
Cherry. It's not black cherry though. It's like a regular cherry scent.
Yeah, like a maraschino, like something like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
the
Maraschino cherry. Yeah, excellent. Yes.
Hey, cinnamon girl, good to see you.
Yes. Very nice.
Dave from Boston.
All right, we hit 2-0. Keep on growing, guys. I like the smell.
You know, I have a feeling it's going to be fruity just by the smell of it. I'm like, I my taste buds are like already tasting fruit, even though it may not be. Just the smell of it is making me think fruit.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I can feel it in my taste buds when I smell it.
Right. Exactly. Well, you know,
Wow.
the nose and the taste buds are connected a lot.
Wow.
So.
That's not typical. I've never really experienced that, I don't think. Maybe I have and didn't realize it, but it really goes right to your taste buds. Wow, it's all connected.
All right, let's try it.
All right, let's rock and roll. Salud, guys. Nice. Hangs back a bit.
All right.
Hangs back a bit. Oak. Bobo asks if you got oak in there.
Not yet. I'm processing still. I'm getting some tart, like tarty fruit flavors up front.
Little tart at the end. Hello, Mike Sella. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in.
Oh, Mike, how are you?
22 up in the club. All right.
Oak. There should be. I mean, it should be oaked because it is oaked. We should be able to taste some oak in it. It is put in oak barrels. So.
No ice, Toro. Of course, never with ALV when I drink ice. But really good.
No.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, it's got a little tart that hangs back.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a tartness. I mean, what year is yours?
Well, hold on.
Is it 18 or 19?
Oh, wow. Okay. Good message I just got.
Oh, okay.
We have somebody tasting in the background also. Okay,
Nice.
so what?
What year is yours?
Oh, Jesus. I need my magnifying glass here.
It should be on the back.
19.
19. Okay, mine's 18. Maybe that's where the rating difference is. But
yeah. I guess when they sent it out again, they got that ready. And they must have had good sales in that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they put it back, they got that. They paid for that rate for that. Not binoculars. You know what I mean.
Which Bottle King did you get it from?
What city is this here? I don't.
Glen Ridge.
Yeah. Glen Ridge. Yeah.
Yeah. I think because this has happened before. When we get the same wine, you get a newer one than I do, and I think what that is that area sells out quicker. That location sells out quicker than my location of things.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you're gonna get like the newer batch coming in, and mine are still here because they don't sell it as much as quickly.
Well, maybe they sold out of yours, and this is the newest receipt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They were sold out last week. I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't in Roxbury last week, so I couldn't check that
Mhm.
one. So we got the new batch. Anyway, very good. I like it a
Well,
lot.
but here's the thing. It's not. I do like this wine. I really do. It's not too heavy. It's light. It's
Nice.
relatively light. I would say it's even on the lighter side of medium.
It is.
It's not really heavy at all.
Yeah, the
Um,
color does not represent the strength of it
right.
because it looks bold.
Yeah, it
A
does.
full glass looks bold. As you
Mhm.
get lower, now you can see it's thinner.
You
Now
get to
you can
see
see
through it a
through it.
little bit,
Yeah.
right? You're right.
2016 Bobo.
Oh, Bobo has, wow. His is probably smoother than ours. His is probably a lot smoother.
I'm enjoying this a lot.
But I like this because even though it has that tartness, it doesn't have the acidity, and it doesn't. It's um, it's a pleasant type of drink. You can just sit here and
Perfect.
drink it. You don't necessarily have to have food with it.
You
It's
don't.
like
That's right. You
you
could
could just
just
sit
drink it.
here and sip it.
All right, let's get one more up in here. 25. Come on. Really good. I love it.
Yeah, it's a good, and it's really powerful. That cherry taste is powerful. Um,
Carmela, so I'd like to add something to that. So she's saying it's weird that they're all different years. Now, the process is exactly the same. The harvest is
correct.
probably it's just from a different year.
Yes,
But does the harvest change in flavor from year to year?
it can. Yeah, depending on how the weather is, depending on how what weather is that year. So, if they have a hotter summer or a cooler summer, all those things can change the taste.
It does vary.
But here's the thing with Ripasso, because of the fermentation process, because they do it, they dry it out, they ferment it, then they go through another phase where they ferment it. I think there's less of the difference. There's less
Okay.
of the vintage difference in them. There's less of that, like, okay, this year was a great year, that year was a bad year. I think the vintages are
Consist-
similar because of all the
Consistency is
process.
there.
Yeah.
The consistency is there because they're probably
Yep.
looking for that.
Hmm.
Look, it's probably not these wines that we do are probably not people's daily go-to.
Right.
Like I drink Paisano every day. I have a
Hmm.
glass of wine every
Right.
day. I have Paisano, or the people that have a little more cash, they get the Santa
Hmm.
Margherita Pinot Grigio. That's their go-to. Then you got the Barefoots that are always going to taste the same because it's a factory thing.
Bobo's saying a touch of spice. Yeah, it's a little bit spicy. It's a little bit spicy,
Mm-mm.
but it's not.
Silo. I would say no.
But it's
Silo.
not
Yeah,
like it's not like
there's a touch
okay.
of spice, a little bit,
Yeah, it's not like a spicy wine. I wouldn't say it's a
No,
spicy wine.
no. It has a subtle taste to it. So Silo was asking if we're getting different tastes, and I got to say probably not.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
don't think
so.
so.
I mean, yeah, my guess is it's not that different. These vintages are not that different, especially 18 and 19.
Yeah,
I don't remember anything significant happening in any of those years that would change the climate. That specific vintage.
a
But
dry finish definitely, Bobo. Absolutely.
yes, definitely a
Dave
drive in, and yeah.
Dave T has a question. He doesn't know how we do this. So some people that weren't here from the beginning don't know how we go about this.
Okay, Dave T. Now I pick the wines and I kind of do them based on what's available and an effort to just expose everybody to different wines. So I'll try to get different ones, a different one each week, trying to explore things and also trying to keep it at a decent price level. So we don't really go over $15 a bottle. That's usually the high what we try to do because I want this to be something that people are more apt to go out and buy. So the lower the price, the more apt you are to try it. So
So
it also helps. It also helps my theory that paying a lot for wine doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get good wine. I think you can get just as good wine at lower prices. It a lot of people think the price makes the difference. Not always. That's my point.
yours is 2018, right?
Yes.
Silo, mine's 19. His is 18. And one more thing to add to that. So if you're a club member, so this is a $23 bottle.
Normally, yeah.
Normally.
Mhm.
So we get that. We try to get he tries to find a special or
Mhm.
something that's a club price, and then it's basically $10 a bottle off with the club price.
Yeah.
Start.
Yeah.
What was it? 14-ish, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Bottle King knows how to. They know how to market. They know how to market, and they'll take. They put this on the club price, and then it'll go, and that's why they sold out, because it's on the club price.
That's right, Toro. Very much like cigars. There's the consistency, even though it's made at a different time. I'll get a Macanudo Portofino. I've had them 5 years ago, and I'll have them next year,
Right.
and they're going to smoke the same.
Let me get that off there. There we go.
But this is a home run. This is very
Yeah,
good. I
no,
like
this is good. This is definitely something that I would buy again. This is a wine you would keep around for any occasion. You just keep it so that if you feel like having wine, you pull it out. You can drink it just watching TV. You don't need to have food, or you can go to food. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to taste some cheese with it and see how it changes it, if it changes
Okay.
it.
All right, let's give it a shot. I got my cheese here. I always have my cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I got my cheddar.
Wow.
Nice.
Very good.
Superb. Wow. Nice.
It really enhances the cheese, really enhances the experience. It really does. It really it does. It does very good.
Mike Sulla. Okay. Anthony's not the person to ask for sweet red. He does not like sweet. I will tell you, Bola Pink Moscato for the woman. Bola Pink Moscato. That's what the women are going to love.
You're
Bola?
I can tell you that you're pretty good off with any Moscato. Any Moscato is going to be sweet. Any Moscato.
I like the for that kind of activity. Bola, right? Bola.
Mm-hmm. Bola.
I have it in my fridge. Pink Moscato. The women will love it. Don't go as far as sangria, but go with Moscato. Because Moscato still is Anthony doesn't like sweet, but it's still a wine flavor.
Yeah, it's a wine in and of itself. It's a type of wine. Sangria is something you create. It's not.
Sangria is candy.
Yeah.
It's just candy. Yeah. It's just candy, basically. Yeah. Oh my God.
Carmela says she never really drinks wine. A lot of people don't. I mean, I don't know.
Todd Father doesn't.
Todd Father, you're right. Todd Father does, and a lot of people don't drink it all the time.
He'll do
it. Peachy Tony Peachy Tony says no. Peachy with the sangria.
Yeah, that's the sangria. Yeah, but Carlo Rossi has a nice sangria too.
Toro said, "How about Thunderbird?"
Hey, Claudio.
Hi, Claudio. Good to see you.
Salute to you, sir. Wow, what a nice group we got tonight.
Yeah, we had 25. We were at 25. I saw there before.
Right now, 23. It goes up and down.
Yeah.
Osada, what's our participants? Osada, are you here, sir? We've been checking out the participants now.
Yeah, I mean this wine would go excellent with a cheese board. You know, you get a cheese board with all different types of cheese. Maybe some prosciutto or some type of cured meat. It would go great with that.
Well, what they call that now is a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Which I can't even say.
Yeah.
Tommy, you don't think dry or sweet wine preference is a function of gender? I do actually. Yes, Gina. Yes, I do. The women do like sweeter. Most women do like the sweet ones. Absolutely. That's why in this little bachelor pad, so to speak, I have sweet, I have heavy, I have amaretto, I have peanut butter whiskey.
Osana says 14 participants. That's pretty damn good. Thank you for that, Osana.
That's more than 50%.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. That's 56%. When Lee Cole told us the average show gets 10%.
Oh, wow. I wonder what the participation was at your show the other night with 147. I wonder what the participation was. I wasn't on the laptop, so I couldn't check.
I don't know. It's
Hmm.
editing now. I'm editing it to repurpose it,
Okay.
just to get just us.
Right.
Because I had 10 minutes of music before, and then maybe an hour or so after. Yeah, we
Okay.
had
Dave says
44.
he loves any Moscato wine. I think it's very good. Doesn't have that bitter taste. No, absolutely
No,
doesn't
it
have any
doesn't.
bitter taste. It's
No,
sweet.
sweet.
It's just
Yeah.
naturally sweet. Yeah.
Chianti's very dry.
Yeah.
See, Evil, I get Chianti when I go across the street. I get Chianti when I go out to the bar across the street, and I get a glass of wine. I get Chianti, but it's very dry.
Yeah. Chianti is made of Sangiovese grapes.
Yeah.
And it's made dry. It's made dry on purpose. They
Mhm.
they do that way because that's the style.
That's the style of wine. So
But yeah, Moscato, you can have, if you want to go into white, any Riesling, you'll love any Riesling. If you like sweet wines, they're even what the Germans call the dry, they call it the dry. It's nothing. It's not dry at all. It's like there's a German rating scale from sweet to dry, and what they
yeah.
call dry, it's sweet in Italian. Like it's sweet in the Italian wines.
Really, Osada. It may have been more. You got to remember. Hello, Diana. You got to remember, Osada. In that show last night, there was definitely a lot of lurkers that did not want to say that they were there.
Yeah.
So that's a little different type of show. It's not
Right.
our regular.
Not
That's not our
participating.
regular.
Yeah.
It's not our regular thing. You know what I
Mhm.
mean, that's a whole different. That's a whole different ball game there.
Hi, Diane, 121. Welcome.
But I think he's coming back next week, though. So I think we're going to be doing Wednesdays, me and Snuff.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't watch a lot of the show. I'll go back and watch it once you have it up again.
Okay.
Or repurposed. But did he say how they're doing with Patreon? How they
Good, very good. They're doing very good.
They're getting a lot of memberships. Good.
Yes, they're doing well.
Good.
They're doing well. They got a big show donation, which is going to enable us to gift out some subscriptions.
All right. Good.
A lot from my crew.
Good.
Which will be good to watch. Because today it was both. Today they did Patreon
Mm-hmm.
and they did YouTube, which was two totally different scenarios.
Yeah.
Two totally different shows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. It was great. But yeah, Mike, you were in the Patreon or just the YouTube? So everybody's benefiting from this.
Mm-hmm.
Your link was in the show last night. I made sure I put it there. I put all of our people's links in the show last night before I started.
That's great. Yeah.
So I spent about 10, 15 minutes putting all those links up there. And you never look, 26. You never know who's watching.
Yeah. No, that's great. 26 is great for wine shows.
Mm-hmm. Yep. On a Thursday night that people kind of go out.
Mm-hmm.
Arms, hello there, sir. Arms is recovering, doing well, coming along.
Arms, good to see you. I'm glad to
Very
hear you're getting on the mends. Good for you. We missed you.
Well, I wasn't going out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Carmela, I was not going out tonight.
But
this wine may change that. This wine may change that. I don't know. I'm really digging it. I love it. No Gianni tonight, huh?
Yeah, no Gianni. I wonder what's going on. Well, Gianni is Mr. Never Get a Notice, I'll tell you. I don't know why.
Carmela, don't be an enabler. Don't be an enabler. I couldn't get out of Fairfield today.
Oh, the flooding still?
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, people don't realize that The
We live
major
in it.
problems start like 48 hours after the rain with the
Oh,
flooding
it has
around
nothing
here.
to do. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not when it's raining.
yeah.
When it's raining, it's fine. It's now. It's cresting right now.
We had school closed around here because people just could not get to the high school. It was just they couldn't get to it.
You had flooding up there.
Oh yeah, yeah. We
Well,
have
that was the conversation we had today. That people are going to start moving to higher elevations because,
well,
especially down here, we're covered in water here.
I live at a higher elevation, but you got to come down from the higher elevation, and when you come down, that's where the rivers are because there's the Musconetcong River, which
Oh
separates
yeah,
Morris
that's a big one.
and Warren, and then on the other side you have the South Branch, which the South Branch of the Raritan. So it's a contributary to the Raritan. So it's and when that overflows, because it's not a big river, but when everything comes down into that river and it just overflows. So
So where is that coming from? Way up.
yeah,
So it's just all coming down,
yeah,
eventually hitting this area.
exactly. Yep.
We have.
Mhm.
Do you realize we have 80 miles of Passaic River in Essex County?
I didn't realize. No, I didn't realize that. Wow.
80. We're covered. We're saturated. We're
Yeah.
surrounded.
Yeah.
80 miles in Essex County alone is Passaic River.
Wow.
It winds and turns, and it's
Yeah.
now I don't know how they measure 80 miles of a straight run, or I don't know
Right. Right.
how they measure it, but that's something I saw today. There's 80 miles.
It's
of a
probably like all
body.
the winds and turns of the river and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, it's no joke. And remember, we had like 7 inches of snow and then 4 inches of rain that melted all the snow. So it was something you can't handle. Like I even got water in my basement just from saturation. Like I didn't get a lot. I just got dampness, like water dampness in my basement.
Yeah, yeah.
And my radon system had water in it. So it was making all kinds of noise, but it eventually went away. But yeah, the ground can only take so much. Then where's it going to go? Can't go anywhere.
Where's it gonna go? Okay, Gina. Oh, wait. Gina, or who said that? Carmela? Wish I would live back in Jersey. Why would you want to come back here, Carmela? Just curious. My daughter's cozy right now in St. Augustine. It's cold there tonight, but she's
Oh, there was a
studying.
tornado there. That's what.
Yeah, they had some bad weather down
Gina's
there.
saying
Yeah.
there was a tornado there.
Florida had some bad weather.
Not
good right now.
Listen, I mean, people like I have my issues with this area from standard of living standpoint. That's my issues. But the climate, I don't have a problem with the climate here at all. I like the climate here. This is what you get 4 seasons. It really doesn't get that cold in compared to other parts of the country. And it doesn't, there were times, there's winters where we get a lot of snow, but recently we haven't gotten a lot of snow. And like I said, you have 4 seasons. That's important to me, having 4 seasons. I don't want to be in a hot climate all the time. That would not be for me.
Yeah. Okay, Carmela, parts of Florida got creamed by tornadoes 2 days ago. Horrifying. I wish I could afford to live in Jersey.
Well, that's the issue, right? The affordability is the problem.
That's what you wanted me to read, Carmela? I read it. Yeah. I read it.
Bad weather. Look at the photos. Yeah. Yep.
Where are we today? I gotta check the dates here. Hold on a minute. 30th.
I think that our buddies in Buffalo are going to get some snow. I was looking at the weather.
Probably.
And it looks like it's kind of going to swoop. It was swooping down and then coming back up towards Buffalo. So they're probably going to get some snow over there.
Get it, yeah. 30th. Hold on a minute here. 30th. Hold on, I'm doing something here.
Yes, Evil. When we were kids, we had a lot of bad winters.
Yeah.
Then the 80s were not bad. If you remember, the 80s were not bad winters. And then in the late 90s, we got hammered. In the late 90s, there were those. I remember it used to snow every Wednesday around here. Every Wednesday, you'd get a snowstorm in the winter. And it was brutal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was brutal. But then it went away. Then it went back.
We had some, man, we had always snow.
We always get some snow. Yeah, absolutely. We always get some type of snow.
Yeah,
Yep.
you asked me why I'd want to live back in Jersey. This is true. Well, let me explain something to you. Depends where you are in Jersey, Carmela, because
We get
the
tornadoes
building
here.
I'm in, you can't you can't
Yeah.
destroy these brick buildings. They're never going to go anywhere. But I got to tell you, and my brother said this 25 years ago when he got in the union, 25, 30 years ago, he says, you're going to have problems in the next 25 and 30 years. The way things are being built right now,
Yeah.
and the people that they have building them. And he's right. There's fires now, and there's all kinds of things happening right now. But
Yep.
you can't be south. Totally flooded yesterday. Lavalette, Seaside, or at least totally flooded like it was Sandy. Not that bad, but flooded. So northern Jersey, Carmela would be the move. Northwest New Jersey would probably be the move. Your house was built in 91 in Florida. Is that hurricane proof? I don't know about that.
And yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Because I don't know. They started making
I
these.
tell you, I have never lived in new construction. So I mean, my old house was built in 77, and this house that I'm in now was built in 86. So I haven't lived in any new construction. And my house in Belleville was built in the 40s. So
Right.
um
So those are all well-built homes.
yeah, I mean, and when I was looking for houses, I have to be honest, I looked for older houses, and I
Yeah.
also looked for baseboard heating. I hate forced hot air. I can't
That is,
stand forced hot air.
I have baseboard. It's amazing. It's the best. I have an old-fashioned radiator.
Or radiators are just as good. Radiators are just as
The
good.
best.
Yep.
You don't want that forced hot air heat if you can avoid it.
Yeah. But
Now you're not going
that's
to
all
get
they make
anything
now.
now, and you're not going to be able to avoid it now. It
Yeah.
won't happen
That's all they make now is forced hot air.
because it's ease of construction. They're in and out.
And they also could switch it off for air conditioning. They could use it the ducking both ways, right? They switch it on and off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the worst.
Like I have ducking specifically for air conditioning. It's not for the heat.
Adam, you're right. It is the filthiest air to breathe. You are right. Yeah, Carmela, I have a radiator here and baseboard around the rest of the apartment. Baseboard heat. I actually hear what you used to hear years ago, the steam coming up.
Ding, 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 ding.
Well, not that bad, but
And I remember my grandfather used to come and he used to take air out of the radiators. He would take the air out.
You got to bleed it. Yeah, you got to bleed it. There's always a bleed valve on there.
Yep.
The best heat ever.
Mm-hmm.
My mother, when they made my brother's house a mother-daughter for my mother, she has no regular heat. All radiant in the floors, her whole place.
Oh, wow.
It's so cozy when you walk in. When we did it, we put the radiant heat under the flooring.
Right. Yeah.
And it all comes up. So it's not dry. It's not, you don't hear it. You just feel it. And the floor is always warm.
Right. Yeah.
It's interesting. Radiant heat. Yeah, Carmela, it's really cool. My mother has no heat. She has radiant flooring heat.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Vinny Trupia had a house like that. His first house had a radiant heat, and no radiators, no ducts, just
nothing.
Just walk in there, and it comes right up.
Great. Yeah, Carmela, look at it. She's right too.
Yeah,
that does happen.
Yep.
Yes, arms. Yep. But we didn't know that stuff back then. In our old homes in Belleville, we had a big system in the basement.
Yeah.
Big furnace.
The furnace used to be like used to be like a 4 foot by 4 foot. It was like a 4 foot by 4 foot box.
This big. Took up a whole room. It took up a whole room. You had baseboard, Gina, in Long Valley? Wait. Oh, now forced hot air. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the reason that there's baseboard heating here is because of the houses were older. Like the houses around here. Either you have there's three types of houses. There are the original farmhouses, which are like from the 1800s, and
Wow,
like
really?
you know, and then you have there was a boom of construction in the 70s and
Yep.
80 in early
Yeah,
80s,
yeah.
and that's what most of the houses are. And then you have the newer construction now that's coming, like the Toll Brother, that type of stuff. The Hovnanian, the Toll Brother stuff. That's all forced hot air. All
Sure.
forced hot air.
It's ease of construction.
Yeah.
Some
Yep.
neighbors had radiant heat in their driveways more mile. Wow. Interesting. Good conversations here. See? Nice stuff. Good.
Bobo said
Excellent.
his grandmother owned a building, and they used coal. Wow, that's got to be something. Coal. Holy moly.
We don't know about that.
I mean, I remember there was a house. There was a house on my street in Overlook that in the basement there was an old coal bin. Like the house was that old that there was a bin there that back in the day they used to use to store coal, but they had been converted to
Yeah.
gas or oil.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, coal was a way to do it.
See, no, well, that's interesting there. Yeah, it melts the snow. That's right, Vincent. Yep.
Or, in Vermont, the interesting thing about Vermont, I don't know if anyone's been there, but in Vermont, a lot of the roads are made with salt it's built in. Like the salt is built in the materials they use to make the roads, so that when it snows, it automatically starts to melt, and it's more
Wow.
because otherwise everything will be frozen all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they had coal doors. Yep, and they shoved it in. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, black coal. Mm-hmm.
Whole different world.
Yeah,
You have natural gas by you?
I do. Yes, mine's a natural gas. That was another thing. Another reason thing I looked for. It was natural gas. Like the whole town doesn't have natural gas. Only certain parts of the town. So um, I was limited to where I could be in the town because of that.
Well, the thing is, if people cook, your stove is gas stove?
Gas stove, gas range with electric ovens.
Electric oven, gas, gas
I have a
top.
gas range, like where you cook on. Gas
Regular, like
range.
you're used to. Yeah.
Right. But the oven itself doesn't run by gas. The oven itself runs by electricity. I have two
Wow.
ovens actually, but both of them are electric. So I had a problem a few years ago when we lost power because the oven was not hooked up to my generator. So we lost power on Christmas and I couldn't cook because what are you gonna bake? You gonna cook something on the stove top? That's the only thing I could cook with.
Wow. You really realize how
Yeah, and I
important
didn't
this
know
stuff
that. I
is.
didn't know when I bought the house, whoever hooked up the generator didn't hook up the ovens to it. So
So the gas is the gas. Yeah.
yeah, the gas you just light it with a match, like
With a
light it
match.
with a
You're
match.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's where it gets funny because these are things you got to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Well water, you're stuck in a power outage if you don't have it hooked up to your generator.
Hey Frank, welcome. He's
Hey,
asking a
Frank.
question about bourbon barrel aged wines. Now, we have never tasted one on here. I have tasted them before. It's kind of like a novelty. It's really kind of like a novelty to me. So what they'll do is they'll use barrels that have been used to create bourbon. Like bourbon has been stored in those barrels, and when the barrels are done, they'll put the wine in them. They'll put the wine in it. So what happens is the wine gets some of that bourbon taste infused in it while it's aging in the barrel. So it's an interesting taste. It's an interesting taste. It's not something I'd go to all the time, but it is interesting.
Okay, I'm going to add to that. So there's an apothic fire, it's called.
Apothic, yeah. We did Apothic something. We did Apothic Red or
We did
something.
apothic red,
Yeah.
red blend. But
Yeah.
there's apothic, I think it's called apothic fire, where it is actually in barrels that are soaked in whiskey, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not sure.
Yep.
Fire, but it was.
Mm-hmm.
I had it. I got it to go out. I bought it a bottle to go out to dinner once. I wasn't pleased with it. That doesn't mean I wouldn't try it, but that was way back. Apothic Fire, it was called. So Apothic has all different red, white.
Yeah. Yep.
They're known for the red blend first before anything else, but they added different things to their line, and Apothic Fire is one of them. But not bourbon. It is
Just whiskey,
it's whiskey.
Scotch, or something, or
I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because it's the Apothic red blend soaked in these it's in these it's I guess I don't know if it's factory made or it's in those barrels, but soaked with Scotch, and it's really
Yeah.
strong.
The let's see, Vincent. Some places in South Jersey and Salem County that still run on propane. There are homes in this town, in my town, which are run on propane. They just built them that way, and they're not old. They're new. They're new town because they're in areas where there was no gas line, and they didn't want to go with oil, so they went with propane. So
there's no natural
they
gas.
still do that. It's
There's
a pain
no
in the
natural
ass,
gas.
though. I'll tell you that much. To paint a home on propane, it's very expensive. Very
I can't
expensive.
imagine. Do you fill that big tank? They fill
Yeah.
that big tank up,
Mm-hmm.
and oil. Some people just have oil
Right.
up there. You know.
Mike saw that you should do the bourbon. You mean in Kentucky, the Bourbon Trail in Kentucky? You mean? Friend of ours lives in Kentucky, and is
Who?
always Paulie.
Oh.
Paulie. He's always sending me messages all the time to come out there, and I just haven't had a chance to. But he always says, "Come out and we'll do the Bourbon Trail." And I that's a lot of drinking for me. I'm not a big drinker. You start doing that, going from distillery to distillery. My God, I'll be trashed. I'll be trashed in like the second one. I'll be gone.
So you had Gina. You had propane. Oh. You had oil.
Gina said she had her first house, no gas hookups. Yeah.
Oil is interesting.
In Belleville, I had oil. It's interesting because in Belleville, I had oil and gas.
Really?
I had oil heat, and then gas for the stoves Yeah, it was
Really?
weird. Yeah.
Oil heat.
Yep.
We didn't have that in our neighborhood. I wonder if it's a difference in when the houses were built.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Your area was built.
Mine was built in like the like right after the war. The houses, my house was built like right after the war. It was built for a soldier from World War II that came back, and it was like a government subsidized house. So it was originally like a cape, and then they put a top onto it and made it like a 2-family. But originally it was just a cape for like a soldier to live in.
Wow. That's interesting. You wonder where all our neighborhoods, when they were built and everything.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to guess my mother's house was built in late 50s.
Yeah.
That neighborhood was probably the late 50s. Route 10 Estates is probably the 60s.
Yeah, Route 10 is the newest part, I think, right? The newest part of Belleville in terms of houses. That would be the newest part.
Oh, those are definitely the newest. And when Route 10 Farms went out, that's when Route 10 Estates came in.
Right.
They bought all the farms. Those houses were about $7,000.
Yep.
How that city there was farmland in Belleville.
I know. No, I know. Yeah. I know.
Wow, Gina, really?
The chute in the basement for coal. Yeah. Yep.
2 thermostats.
2 thermostats. So you got one for air conditioning, you mean, and one for heat?
Well, he's in Florida, though.
Do you even need heat in Florida? I mean,
well, my daughter said it's in the 50s right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
St. Augustine. I don't know what it's like over there, but she said it's cold there tonight. It's going to be cold. Yeah, well, Carmela, Belleville was a mix of everything. old, new.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you had everything from the 40s to the probably late 60s Rutan Estates.
Yep.
Patty Daly would know. Patty Daly just came in. Patty, would you know when the Rutan Estates were built in Belleville? I'm going to think around the late 60s. It's got to be.
Vinny Capiche says his house was built in 1881 in Brooklyn.
Wow.
That's an old house.
I love this history. You know, these are things you don't talk about.
No, you don't.
These are things you don't know. In our fast lives and everything that's going on, these are things you don't. She would
Hey,
say
Big Bones.
64. Wow.
Good to see you, Big Bones.
Patty, Rutan Estates 64?
She's saying 64. So that was built.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
Think about it.
So that was like before it was built before the high school, I guess.
Belleville High School 61.
Oh, 61. Okay. All right.
I don't know what year Joe Pesci graduated, but he was the last class, I believe.
Pesci was, I thought.
I could be wrong. But he
60.
graduated from the old
60.
high school.
I thought he
Joe
was
Pesci
60.
graduated from the whole old high school.
Yeah, so he was 60. He was Washington Avenue is where he graduated. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, the Ceramis built our high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Ceramics
Right.
family
Yep.
built our high school. So that was, I think it was maybe 61-ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, those buildings are still standing. Your old house is still there. No change.
Mm-hmm.
No change.
Yeah. Yep.
Color and maybe siding. But other than that, your house is the same. My mother's house is the same. The whole neighborhood is the same.
Yeah.
Some people still have the clapboard. Asbestos tile or clapboard.
Right. Hey, Oz, welcome. Thank you for joining.
Nice. Got a nice group tonight.
Yeah,
Nice mix of
28 people
tonight.
28 peoples.
A nice group. Nice mix of people tonight. Excellent.
So Patty Daly is eating a Schwierdel.
Well, The Sopranos has a marathon, Patty.
Yeah, this is the last episode on right now. I think right now they're airing the final episode.
It's on HBO. Yeah.
Yeah, which disappointed everybody under the sun, but we won't rehash.
What, the last episode?
The last episode disappointed everybody. And I was watching. I'm watching it.
Well,
Like when
25 years yesterday. That's why they did it.
Yeah, and I was watching it, and just because it was on, I just and then when you get caught in it, you just start watching it and watching it.
Sure.
But I tell you, Gandolfini, man, he was so fat at the end of that show, man. He gained so much weight from the beginning of that show. It's crazy. You could tell it.
He was on his way.
Yeah. It's not hard to see why what happened.
I know, but you didn't see his last movie. Did you see it?
Which one was that?
The Drop.
No, I didn't see that one. No.
Oh my God, Gerard told me to watch it. You knew he was dying. If you watched that show, that movie, you knew he was on his way out. Wow. You got to see this movie called The Drop.
Yeah.
Now, what The Drop is about is where the guys made their drops for the weekly gambling receipts.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a bar, and anyway, just you can understand what it means, the drop. Yeah. So he and his friend had the place that they did the drop at. And when you see him in there, you're saying to yourself, "Oh, I think he died a week after it released."
Oh wow! Mm.
So check that out, the drop, guys. Gerard turned me on to it.
I'll have to look at that. I'll have to find it.
Yeah, but Patty, in the beginning, he wasn't. He was a regular-looking Essex County guy.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's a shame. That was a shame. I mean, he was a good actor. I mean, he was just perfect for that role. I mean, perfect.
Now, in the beginning, I'm saying, well, he doesn't fit the bill.
Yeah.
First episode, I'm saying, somebody has to have great hair and but he really, that role was him.
Yeah.
Yes, Patty. In the first season, he was thin, but he looked like a fluffy Italian American guy from North Jersey in the first.
Right.
And he grew into it so naturally. He really grew into it so naturally.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they kind of debate. The kind of debate is who was it? Who was it? Who was it based on? Who was it based on?
I, I know.
Michael Tessetta. Some say Michael Tessetta.
I don't
Some
know.
say Rashida Boot. Some say
I mean,
it can be
that's
anybody
always
around here.
that's always the debate. Like I mean, like that's always like anything. It's the same thing like The Godfather. These are composites. They're like you take different aspects from different people in real life and you put them together and then you make a character. It's not one person.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, he never reminded me specifically of anyone that I ever remember growing up or seeing, I mean, like he never reminded me of anyone specifically like that.
Nah. Maybe Michael Tessetta a little bit, but other than that, nah, not really. The streets were empty at the last show. Oh, Patty was living in West Colwell at that time, yeah.
So the Tessetta thing is coming up, right? In
the
22nd, I think, or something like that, or
23rd.
23rd. Okay.
They're very optimistic. I hope it goes his way.
So that'll be
it's gonna be big news, man.
That'll be interesting. Now, what I don't get from that whole thing, like let's just say that it goes his way. How does the government sit with that? How do you sit with that you put someone in jail for 30 years and there were major problems with the trial that result in that you did it all wrong? You know what I mean? It's just it's such a miscarriage from what we think about of terms of justice. It's such a miscarriage from that angle. You put someone in jail for 30 years and we find out that things were altered, things were changed, things were withheld. I mean, come on. I mean,
I don't know if they're going more on that or they're going with the testimony of Riccardi, which was not accurate. I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know what aspect of it. Look, I wasn't in court.
The Riccardi thing.
Joey was there.
Here's my point on the Riccardi thing. You can't win an appeal on a lying witness because everyone lies. Everyone lies. The fact that a jury accepted it is all that matters. It really is.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But the problem is, here's the thing: if they have to retrial it, they're not winning because they don't have the witnesses anymore, right?
If they retrial, he's winning. If they retrial, he's getting out on bail immediately, right?
Right.
If they retrial, he's getting out on bail immediately.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He'll be out by the 24th. Or whatever it takes to process it, right?
Right.
Think about it, right? So 30 years of his life. And
I know.
Our friend spoke to him the night before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He has not complained one time.
That's great.
He sounded like he's on vacation in Jamaica. That's the way he sounded Wednesday night.
That's funny.
He doesn't say a word. He doesn't complain about anything.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yep.
But but what can benefit when you say what happens? Maybe there's a lawsuit that sets his family up for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe he took the beating for that. Who knows?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's done bad. Obviously, we know it's just just the life. But maybe he took that hit for.
Yeah, I mean, and we've over history, you've seen these situations where innocent people are in jail for long periods of time, and then they get out, and then they get an award. But you got to think: is that money? Does that money really make up for years of their lives that are gone? That are gone. It's completely gone.
No. Weddings on the phone.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But no, it doesn't make up for any of it. But future generations will say an injustice made us wealthy today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Their kids are all doing the right things. All their kids are doing all pretty good.
Hey, Mark Gigolo, how are you?
So they're all doing pretty good, Gina never watched
Mark Giglio. I'm not reading anything.
Gina never watched the last season, G? 27 people. Nice conversation tonight, guys. Gina never watched the last season of The Sopranos. Is that what she said up there?
Yeah.
Well, see no evil. He's in Trenton for 30 years. Trenton, New Jersey. He's not in federal. He's in state prison in New Jersey for life plus 10 on a murder he was not convicted of.
Yeah, he was convicted of
Racketeering.
baby Rico, what they call
Baby
is the
Rico.
state version of Rico.
Baby Rico, see no evil. Baby Rico. You're crazy. And he got life plus 10. He got life plus 10.
Yeah.
That's the same thing Bobby Cabert got, but it was federal. And that was Sammy the Bull that did that.
Yeah. Yep.
Cabert got convicted because of Sammy. And he got life plus 10 and he died in there.
And Sammy's walking around on YouTube or whatever.
Having a party.
Whatever.
Having a party. It's unbelievable. So, well, listen, I hope for him he gets out, gets a few years. The saddest one is Michael getting out, Michael Pernin getting out and just getting 4 years of life and then dying from the package.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a tough one. But
Yeah,
he admitted to
that
it.
is tough.
He admitted to everything.
Yeah, well, listen, I don't know.
It is what it is. You know,
yeah.
It's what they did. It's what they did. And then some idiot posted a video yesterday that he was shelved.
What? Why do these people post videos and they have no direct knowledge? They don't even know what they're talking about.
Nothing. He was shelved. That he was shelved at Johnny's wedding and he couldn't be introduced to anybody. Oh my God. You see how we laugh because we know,
Oh, please.
It's unbelievable what they will do for these reviews and shit. It's unbelievable. And that was right after my show last night.
Okay.
Anyway, is life in Jersey? Some states 20 years. The Big Bones. There's stipulations. There's all kinds of stipulations when you get sentenced, and they can say 20 no parole, and they can say 20 with parole a third. Right? They can do that at sentencing.
Big
right?
Bones. The sentencing guidelines in New Jersey are a range. So a life could be 20. Life is a range of 20 to 30 years. A judge could, and that's when the judge's discretion comes in. The judge could say it's 20, or the judge could say I'm going to give you the maximum. And then there was options to get time off for good behavior. It could be, that stuff could happen as well. But it's not like the federal government. There's no parole anymore.
Okay.
So
they're doing it.
It is what it is. They took the discretion out of that. It's just it is what it is. But New Jersey has that range. So, and he got life plus what? He got life plus 10, right? He got because he was convicted on different counts.
Life plus 10, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So 25 plus 10.
Yeah.
His life was 25.
Okay.
Cabert's was federal was life, and that's it. You're dying in there. John Gotti's life was you're dying in there.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, because they had so many consecutive counts, they weren't concurrent. So it's consecutive counts mount those on top of another. So you're done. You're never going to get out.
You're getting 100 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
The commission trial, 100 years, all of them.
Yeah.
But Jersey, you can get the parole. You do a third. And you can go to the parole board unless the judge stipulates.
Right.
Which is tough. You're leaving that discretion up to a judge. It's very tough.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good or bad? What do you think?
I don't know. It really depends. It's hard to say.
It's tough, man.
I mean, the problem is when you get like real street criminals, like real scum of the earth that just victimize random people for their own, whatever sick meaning. And then you have a liberal judge that just lets gives them
lets them out.
Lets them out. You know what I mean? Like that's what really irks me more than anything else. Stuff like that.
First degree is no parole. Second degree is a number to life, but no guaranteed parole. In Jersey, Mark, First degree.
No,
First
there's
degree is a
parole.
whole
There's
different.
parole in
No,
first degree in New Jersey. There is. There is.
it can't be a third.
He's talking federal. Maybe he's talking
Oh,
federal.
well, federal, you got to do 85.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's talking about. Federal.
Maybe federal. There's no parole. That they abolished that.
Yeah, the parole is basically gone. But
Privately owned.
New Jersey
You know,
definitely has parole. No, there's no question about it.
Jersey State has parole. There's no doubt. Yeah,
Regardless of the
but the judge,
degree.
but the judge can sentence you to no, without
Yeah.
parole.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's up to the judge. Typically, in regular sentencing guidelines in Jersey, our friends got 10 years. They got out in 3. They were out in 3. But parole's brutal. Nobody realizes how hard parole is. You can't even jaywalk.
Yeah.
Parole's not easy. Look, you'd rather be home. I get it. Parole is not easy.
They yeah, I mean, I used to do parole hearings and I used to do parole violations. You know, when I worked for the court, we would do parole violations. They do probation violations, and these people they would violate. It depended on whether the parole officer liked you or not. Basically, whether he would violate you for the smallest things. And then what we used to when we used to look at these, the judge and I, we used to look at, you know, as they came in, we would see who the parole officer was, and we knew they had reputation. So if it was a parole officer who was like a dick to people for no good reason, we would go easier on the guys that were violated because we thought it was unfair. This guy's just being a hard ass to people for no reason. So, you know, we tried to be fair, and we tried to do it to like even it out a bit, because look.
There's being fair and there's being liberal. There's 2 different things.
No, yeah, we weren't liberal. No,
right.
I worked for the judge I worked for was the judge I worked for was a prosecutor for many years before he became a judge. So he wasn't liberal at all.
Yeah.
He was just fair. He was a fair guy.
That's it.
He took it seriously, you know.
All these facts and put it all together, and you got to see the big picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough job, parole officer.
Yeah.
It's not easy. You're dealing with some.
You're part cop and part social worker as a parole officer. It's a hard job. It really is.
Probation officer is not easy either.
Yeah, probation officer similar. Same thing. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's
So, you know, he was talking about prisons being privately owned. We don't have any privately owned prisons in New Jersey.
No,
but there was this for the longest time. I don't know if this is still happening, but county prisons, county jails were getting federal money to house federal prisoners.
Oh yeah. Well, Passaic was
County.
Getting it.
Passaic County made so much money off that. So much.
Jordan Merlino was in Passaic County on federal.
Yeah.
They held him in Passaic County. Yep. So yeah, you're right. Essex did not do it because there's just not enough room.
Yeah, Essex had too much.
We were just laid on top of each other.
Too many people of our own to deal with. But I remember because when I was working there, because that's where I worked in Patterson.
Passaic?
Passaic County. Patterson was the seat. It was the county seat there. And the sheriff at the time, the sheriff was Englehart. He used to bring in so much money to the county through the jail system, for federal money from the jails to housing federal prisoners. That's how he would do it. That's how he'd make up for a lot of money.
What? Yeah, it's huge money. It's federal money.
Yep.
Arms. What's that question? Yeah. See no evil. It's a tough job. It's a tough job. How many times did you get away with it before you got caught? A lot. Arms, a lot. By the time you get caught, it's not the only crime you committed.
Oh, of course.
I'm telling you that from experience. I did not, you know, New Jersey's different than, Jersey's crazy, Dave T. Jersey prisons are sick. It's nuts. It's a crazy system, man. And that guy's 30 in Trenton. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it's tough. That is so tough.
Without saying a peep.
That's tough.
New Jersey's different than Massachusetts. Yeah.
Well, yeah, probably is. I'm sure it is. I don't know much about Massachusetts at all, but I'm sure it is. Yeah. Where's Gianni?
Don't do
Gianni probably knows. Gianni probably knows about Massachusetts.
Johnny knows, yeah. Don't do any of it. Stay good. You're good.
Yeah,
Stay
you don't want anything to do with that stuff. That's the bottom line. I mean,
Wow, look at that. Look at that. They deny inmates parole because they were worth $150,000 a year. Oh my God. That's crazy.
where was this? This was in New York?
Probably New
Illegal?
York. Yeah. Wow. The fact that this chat has talked about wine, heating, prison, Sopranos, weather, etc., says a lot about the host and co-host. A great chat. Gina, that's what we do.
Well, it's entertaining, right? It's entertainment. That's what the bottom line is.
Yeah,
It's
we have the glass
entertaining.
of wine and then
Mm-hmm.
we rate the wine and then we talk a little bit. It's
Right.
what we do. It's our Thursday night hangout. It's good. Like I said,
Bubble says,
I
"Don't do the
enjoy it.
crime." There he is, Gianni. There he is. He's finally made it. We were waiting for you, Gianni. We weren't going to shut
Now he
down
comes
until you
in at
came.
the end.
We weren't going to shut down until you
He's
came.
been listening, couldn't type. Okay, same thing this morning. Okay. We got you, buddy. We got you. And a nice group tonight. No, yeah, Gina, general conversation. That's it, G. That's what we do. We start off with the wine and we go where it goes. For me, I said this many, many times. This is excellent for me. Although I don't aim to please when I do my shows, I am the host on all those other shows.
Right.
Now, Thursday night, I get to hang out, chill out a little bit. If my so to speak guard is down, I'm in a cozy environment, and now I may or may not go out. I go to sleep or I go out,
Mm-hmm.
and
There's always been, look, there's always, even if you're not preparing per se, you're not setting up everything. There's always a lot of pressure that goes along with being the host because you got to carry it. You got to carry everything, and you're doing it every day, sometimes multiple times a day. So that's, even without preparation per se, it's a stressor. It's effort. It takes effort to do that stuff. So it's good to just chill on one here and there.
But we're coming on with something. You see, we're not coming on just random.
Mm-hmm.
We have a kickoff to this show, which is the wine.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then we get social with the people and we have a good time. I was talking about this tonight and I was saying, what? Okay. In this point in my life, what would I be doing on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights? There's a various thing. Take wrestling season out of the equation. But other than wrestling season, what would I really be doing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night off summer? I would either be sitting here watching something stupid on TV or YouTube, next door at the bar doing shots with the guys because they're all there, or who knows what I will be doing. And I choose to kill an hour, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays, kill my last hour of the day in a positive environment, positive vibe. And I'm not out there.
Yeah.
Car's parked. I'm ready for work tomorrow. My lunch is made. My clothes are pressed. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point of life that I'm in. So, and then Thursday we do this, and Friday I don't do any really. It's just my morning. That's it. But and it works.
We also talked about Belleville, by the way. We also talked about Belleville.
We talked about a lot of different things.
A lot of things.
It's a lot of different topics, a lot of different conversations, a lot of different things. And the chat prompts, Gina. The chat kind of prompts where we go with these conversations. I don't know who brought up heat. I have no idea. We talked about weather for a quick minute.
Yeah.
And then we went into heat. Who knows? This is how it goes.
Bobo, no moisturizer talk. No moisturizer or cream.
Right before the show, yes. So that's how it works, G, and it seems to work nicely. So this is the positive aspect of YouTube. Yeah, it works.
Yep.
It works. So we're back to Godfather for Sunday.
Yes. Yep. We'll be doing Godfather Sunday at 2 p.m. This is the clip. This is the part where he meets Signor Roberto, the landlord, and then Michael at the hearing. So those are the two scenes that we'll be talking about.
So there was about 14 scenes in Godfather 1. No,
11, I think we did. 11. I think we,
11.
yeah.
11 scenes, that whole movie. Can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
They made a
Yep.
3-hour movie. What was it, 3 hours in the movies?
Um,
Two
well,
and a half? Two
yeah,
and
I
a half?
think it was more like two and
No, yeah.
something. Yeah.
So two and
Yeah.
change, right? And 11 scenes made that movie. Now, this one is totally different.
Yeah.
This one is a little difficult to do,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's great.
But it's fun. Yeah, this is
And I
it's
love it. I'm learning
it's
so
fun.
much about the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I like really because of the switches back in time, and you see Vito as a young Vito, and then you see Michael as it keeps you interested the entire time. It's just
Yeah.
and Patty, yes, the rent stays like before. You're right.
Oh, I love it. What a great I have some time on my hands now. I keep thinking about how important it is for parents, people in general, to keep traditions alive. So important for the future. Yes.
Yes,
Oh, great comment.
that is a great
True.
comment. That is a great comment. Traditions are
You
very
learn,
important.
yes.
Very
This
important.
is when you learn these things, when you have time to think, because we're so busy, we typically don't have time to think.
And part of the problems we are facing as a nation, this is just my opinion, are because we don't stick to traditions.
Right.
Too many people have not carried on traditions. That's the problem, I think,
Right.
on both the
100%.
religious side and the cultural side. That's my personal opinion, and I'm entitled to it. But
No, it's a
that's
real thing. What do you mean?
yeah,
It's a real thing.
yeah,
It's a real thing. I'm making sure my kids follow these traditions that they
yep,
were in our families for years, both our families,
yep.
their mother's family and my family. And they're still going to make stuffed peppers with my mother. They still know what this is about and what that's about and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you learn these things. Arms, that's a great
Godfather,
observation.
I think Mr. Latona is an expert on The Godfather. Actually, I think he could recite it line by line if need be.
Yeah, Gina, that was a great comment. Yes. This is why we missed you in the chat. Did you see that? Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
times like that make you learn about things. Where Arms is right now makes you reflect and think about things. True,
Yes,
Gianni.
yes, Gianni,
100%.
absolutely.
I've tried impossible task, Mike. Really? What? Carrying traditions is an impossible task, Mike.
You can
Solo?
do it. You can do it. You could do just this the most minor one or the most insignificant one or important or insignificant ones are just like having dinner on Sunday. Just having dinner on Sunday. Having something like that is so important. Getting your family, whoever's around, doesn't have to be your whole family. Just sitting with some family member on a Sunday. That would be
Mike, but
great.
that's Mike. You say kids don't care, but it's kind of up to us. I think. I don't know.
Gianni, the wine I made, yeah, we're gonna taste the wine I
The
made.
future will be emotionless and very unhuman if we don't keep traditions. Great
Johnny,
comment.
we will taste this. We will taste it on the air. I'm not too happy with it, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see what Tommy thinks of it. But I'm not too happy with it. I did taste mine, but we'll see.
I know.
But Gianni, just so you know, I'm expanding my gardening this year, so you're gonna see more of that this year. I'm gonna do more this year. I got my sons to commit to helping me expand the garden, and we'll be planning more things this year. So that's another
Okay.
tradition. That's another tradition. Gardening is a tradition of
Yeah.
our
See,
people.
Mike Solo, they shun it. They say I'm old. I get it.
Yeah, I know. I know. I
But
get
that's
that to some degree. To
something,
some
a
degree.
switch is going to turn on, Mike,
Yeah.
one day. Believe me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't get to try the wine we make until a year later. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Johnny, you're probably aging it, right? You're aging it in oak, aging it in barrels. Then, yeah, if I had a barrel to age it in, I wouldn't be tasting it now. But I used oak chips instead. I don't have a barrel. I don't have, so.
It's just amazing to me that all these similar people have found each other here. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so weird to me. Similar-minded people have found each other in this community.
Gianni, that artichoke plant is still alive. It is still alive. It never produced one artichoke, but it's still alive, the damn thing.
Where is it?
It's in the garden. It's outside. It's
I
outside.
lived all year.
And
It lived all
it
year.
never died. It's still there.
A fig tree. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like figs per se,
I
but
don't either.
but yeah, no, that's definitely a tradition, though. That's definitely a tradition. A lot of fig trees. Yeah, that's yeah.
You had Carlo Rossi Sangria. Okay, Patty.
Oh, the broccoli rabe is working, Gianni. Huh? Interesting. I didn't grow any broccoli rabe, but that's interesting. Yeah, okay.
Broccoli rabe.
He says he's still growing it. That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's tough. Yeah. You got to keep something. It could be as simple as making struvela, whatever it is. Something.
Yeah, Mike. Little things. Wins.
Yeah,
little wins. That's all that matters. Little wins.
Just something. Doesn't have to be everything. It doesn't have to be 7 fish on. It can be something. Just something. Something that they're going to carry on that they enjoy. Basically, we were forced basically to. We had no choice, but it was in our face, and this is what it's going to be. So. The traditions just carried on because that's what they were going to be. There was no other way, basically. But
yeah, and I tell you, I have to be honest. I never shunned the traditions at all. I was never like that at all. But there was a time where I didn't really think about them. But then, as I got older, I was like, wait a minute, what about this? This is important. We need to do this. We need to
because we just went with it. We didn't know any different.
Yeah,
we just went with it, and then all of a sudden you say, wow. All of these things have some type of meaning to it.
Yep.
And it's true. But we didn't know it. We were just living in it.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
But you got to remember, our generation was not rebellious. None of us were rebellious. We had bad kids and good kids and all that. But
rebelling against the parents type of thing.
No, there was nothing. There was no rebels in our community, basically.
Yeah.
Even different neighborhoods and different monetary situations, we still all had that same type of culture, no matter what.
Yeah, that's fair.
We were doing. We all had the same type of cultural thing, and we can all relate to each other in that respect. We had rich kids in our town. We had poor kids in our town. And most of them were culturally similar.
Mike, that's hard. The kids are in different states. That's hard. I get it.
A whole
that's
different.
Hard. That's hard.
Different. It's hard. That's hard. Struvela. It's tough to make, man. It makes a mess, but my kids still make it every year. They make the struvela, but it's hard to do, and it makes a mess. And usually,
you know what I miss those, and I got to try to figure out how to do them. Those cookies, those cookies that have the aniset in them. That you make them on Christmas. I forgot what you call them, but they're like those. They're like ricotta cookies with the sprinkles on top of them, and they taste like anisette. I miss
dip
those.
them in anisette.
Yeah.
The white frosting anisette.
Yes, the white frosting. Yes. Yeah, I miss those things, man.
Those were good.
Once a year. Once a year. They were like, you knew it was Christmas because they were around.
They tasted like anisette.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if it was actual alcohol anisette, but it was dipped into
I think they take the what is it? The
extract.
Extract, yes. It wasn't the actual anisette.
It was extract.
Yeah.
But it was strong enough. It tasted like it was anisette.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You would think you were
Angeletti, yes, Gianni. Angeletti, yep.
They were great. They're great. Oh my god. Little sprinkles on top. No, not vanilla extract, anisette extract.
Right? No oranges in my mouth, see no evil. I don't want to croak in the garden. Thank you. I'll do that 30 years from now. I'll croak in the garden. I'm not going to do that now.
A lot of grandmothers made them, G. A lot of grandmothers made them. I don't know, Adam. I'm sure, because pasta vodka, the vodka burns out. Yeah.
Absolutely, Adam. Yeah, like you eat vodka sauce. You're not getting drunk from it. You're not, penny and vodka. You're not getting drunk from it.
No. There's no real vodka in it. It just burns off. Alcohol burns off.
Anisette in the black coffee. Well, yeah, so, or a sambuca with the black coffee. I know that a lot of people are into that with the beans. You put the 3 beans in the coffee beans in the
Yep.
buca.
Yep. 3 beans with your
I tell you,
sambuca. What is it?
my son, we bought an espresso machine, a little one, and he makes espresso every morning before he goes to school. He makes espresso. He's having espresso every morning.
Oh, I love it. Oh my god.
And I don't
Mhm.
touch that stuff. I hate that stuff. I hate coffee like that. I eat all coffee actually.
Wow, they're
But he
drinking
loves that
espresso.
stuff.
That's heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. Very
Johnny,
nice.
my father, what did Johnny say? My father makes our alcohol. He actually makes the liqueur, you mean?
Nespresso. That's a big production over there. That Nespresso machine is a big production.
That's a big one. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the size of a stove.
Yep. Yeah.
It's got all kinds of paraphernalia in
Yep.
there. This button, that button, to push this, move that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have the water line directly hooked up to it.
Yeah. Yep.
Some people have the water line directly hooked up to it.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
like you do for your ice thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And it fills it right up. It's crazy, right? Come on, I would love to have one more in here before we go.
29 people. Wow.
Come on, if I can get
And we're just
30 in
shooting
here.
it. That's all we're doing is just shooting.
That's what we do.
Shooting the shit. That's all we're
We
doing.
taste the wine and we have general conversation. I would love to have 30 before we go.
So Johnny says his is the size of a regular coffee machine. I guess they make them in different sizes now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But traditionally, I remember the big ones, the giant ones.
Yeah, they were monstrous.
Yeah.
There was a whole preventative maintenance program with it and everything.
Yeah.
There was a whole PM program with it. Every 2 weeks.
Arms has an old Lavazza machine.
Lavazza. Yeah.
Lavazza, yeah. Well, isn't that the name of the coffee too? Lavazza?
Yeah, Lavazza's coffee. Actually, Salvatore gave me a bag of Lavazza the other day. Johnny, did you see me buy Salvatore's? He sent me home with a bag of Lavazza. Hysterical. Where he lives, and it's so crazy. He's right there. He's right there. So it's funny. On his, where you're sitting in front of his house.
Yeah.
You see the building where the flag is painted.
That's great.
That's his view.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? 12th Street?
Yeah, that's one of those. Yeah.
That's where what was there? Michelangelo's maybe? Casa de Pizza. Casa de Pizza was there. So that's where you see the building, and they still paint it every year.
That's funny.
Red, white, and green. So when I pulled up to his house and I looked up, I said, "Wow, that really is crazy."
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen this.
Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought that it would you'd still see that flag? I mean, I wouldn't even think that flag would still be there. That they paint that every year.
They paint the whole building. Everything else is closed. Everything's done. Now, Columbus Hospital is called Silver Lake Hospital now.
Oh, is it? They reopened it? Because it was closed.
Open,
yeah, okay.
Silver Lake Medical Center. Crazy, right? Yeah.
That's funny.
It's back open. Remember, they changed the name to Luciano Pavarotti.
Okay.
You remember that or no?
No, I don't remember that.
There's a Pavarotti cancer wing or something like that.
Oh.
And then they changed. Now the name is Silver Lake Hospital.
Hey, just chilling. Good to see you.
Hey. What time is it where you are right now? Just chilling? No, I'm not buzzing. We just had a couple of glasses. We're good.
No. Yeah, not at all.
No, we're having general conversation. I'm good. No buzzing. When Anthony goes on vacation, me and Fence and Nancy are going to do the peanut butter whiskey.
I hate that peanut butter whiskey.
I know.
I have it. I bought it. I had it because you would talk about it all the time. I had to try it, but it's just not me. That's not me.
I love it. I like it a lot. 6 p.m. and I just got my work break. Wow, that's interesting, man. Next Stigs will have
smoke tasting.
Yeah.
Well, we always say that we should do a cigar
Cigars,
cigar thing.
Cigars.
We could do that. And oh, by the way, my kids got me I told you this, I think,
Yeah,
a
humidor.
humidor,
Yeah.
a small one. It's a small
How's
plug-in
it
humidor.
working? Did you
So
get cigars?
it's great. No, it's doing
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
You put cigars in it?
Put cigar and I put my pipe tobacco in it. But there's a few cigars in there, and then I have like 3 packages of pipe tobacco.
So the pipe tobacco has to stay humid, just like the cigar.
Yeah, it does because otherwise, what happens is you're constantly lighting the pipe. If you're putting in dried tobacco in there, it dries out really. It doesn't stay lit, like it doesn't produce a lot of smoke. So it's a real pain if you have dried tobacco. Like I had this big thing of tobacco and it dried out, and I was so angry because it was a giant pouch. It was a giant pouch, and it's no good now. It's no good. I had to throw it out.
So it needs humidity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you put
Yeah.
it in there. Now you stuff the pipe with it.
Mm-hmm. You stuff the pipe in there, and then you could use a lot of you could use the torch, but
Yeah.
I try not to use the torch because the torch burns the pipe.
Burns it. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I bought a specific lighter for the pipe, and what it is, it's a traditional lighter type of thing where
Okay.
you click it like that, and then you
Yeah,
turn it
yeah.
on its side, and then you just
Uh-huh.
puff on the pipe, and it pulls the fire in and lights it.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Got good flavors?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's why I like it. It's
Uh,
a
it
lot
is much
milder than a
different. Yeah.
cigar. You just, you know, and you could
Yeah.
smoke it in the house, and I smoke it where the fireplace is. The smoke goes right up the fireplace, and
Wow.
you don't smell it afterwards. Like it doesn't leave a smell in the house at all.
No, cigars are brutal.
Yeah.
Cigars are brutal. Yes,
What about the
absolutely.
fly, Patty? I know Stiggs posted about him today. The fly.
Oh, I can't, Patty. She come up with this. We all remember the same things, Patty. We're all from the same area. We all remember all the same.
Yep.
Puente Anejo. Great steak.
Is Mark is asking, is it a Nuwari? I don't. You know what? That's a good question. I didn't even look to see what the name of it is. I'll find out. I'll go look for it later on. The brand of it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just chilling. You can't inhale a cigar.
Yeah. What are you, nuts? You don't
Are
inhale
you
that.
nuts? Of course you'll die.
Oh my God!
You can't. You can't inhale a cigar. You're done. You'll die in one cigar.
Hit it like a joint. Holy shit! I'm surprised you're still breathing.
Oh my God. Oh no, he did not. Oh. Well, his is electric, Gianni.
Mine's an electric one, buddy.
Yeah, it's electric.
Yeah, you plug it
Mine
in. It monitors
mine yeah.
the temperature.
Mine is
And
the box. I need the
yeah,
pouches. Yes.
yeah.
I use the pouches. They work great too. They do work great. The pouches work great.
Separate humidors. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to buy separate humidors. I'm not going to do that. That's too much. I'm not that big into it. I see what you're saying, Bobo, but I'm not gonna.
Arms, can you imagine? He's inhaling cigars, Arms. Of course you're gonna die. Oh my God.
Not only
That's
inhaling
horrible.
it like a joint. I mean, that's insane.
Oh no, that's not good. One cigar called your lifetime effects. One
Cuban.
cigar.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Just chilling. What?
I think he's pulling our leg. I think just chilling's pulling our leg. I don't know. I think he's pulling our legs. I don't buy it.
Mike Sullivan. That's like inhaling a whole pack of cigarettes at once. You know, you're like, yes, you're right. It's true. My God. Oh my God. Now, when you're inhaling, just chilling, what's happening is, see, with people that smoke, when you're inhaling, your lung is actually acting as a filter,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just
Yeah.
not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
So if you do smoke, you should. I don't know. It's not good. can't end well because you're using that organ as a filter. That's where
Mhm.
all that brown comes in, and it gets all cancer and all that shit.
Yeah,
You
but well,
can't see.
if you're really big into the cigars, then yeah, I would probably have a separate humidor, but I'm not. The cigars I have, I just people give them to me, or I happen to see them on sale or something, and so I could give them out to people. I'm not a big cigar smoker myself. I will smoke
Yeah,
them, but I'm not a big cigar smoker.
yeah.
I'm more of a pipe guy, so I don't really. I'm, you know, Al DeMeo, right? He has a humidor. He has a humidor that's like 4 foot high. He has a ridiculous amount of cigars. I mean,
Does it really?
he smokes a cigar a day, I think.
Does it
Like at
really?
night, he smokes a cigar a day.
Wow. Really? There you go. Just chilling. There you go.
Yeah, well, just telling. Yeah, sure. Yep.
Spitato.
Yes, Emmanuel, how are you, my friend?
What a nice group tonight. Holding strong too.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've been at 28 for a while, man. You
Yeah,
guys
let's
have been
check this.
hanging. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's very
they are.
cool. I'm
We
flattered
got,
that you would hang around.
got a real nice amount of participants too up in there. We're just learning this the other day. We got a little Anthony, Tommy, and all good folks. Thank you for the
Thank you,
really
Gina.
great show. Yes, G. Yep, this is a great vibe. You're right, Gina. You are right.
Listen, if we can, here's how I look at it, and this might sound corny, but if we can bring back some memories of things, that's a positive thing for everybody. Think about positive memories. That's only
Mhm.
going to do people good. That's all it's going to
Yeah,
do.
there's no
You know,
negative.
so we talk about some stuff that we remember. Maybe you can relate to it. You join
Yeah,
in.
that's what we do. Smoke a Connecticut shade or a Cuban first thing with breakfast. You're out of your mind, you.
Johnny. Oh
Silo.
man.
Help, Silo. Johnny's nuts.
Your wife must love to kiss you. I'll tell you, Gianni, with all that
Horrible.
cigar smoke constantly.
Wow. Yeah, puzza. Oh, maron. Can imagine, right? See, I can't smoke in here, and I would never smoke in here. But
No, it's gonna do permanent damage to your place. You can't do that.
wouldn't be good.
You can't.
Yeah, well, he has a garage. He has a setup in the garage, Jeremy.
Yeah. Yep.
He goes and hangs in the garage. I just go on the stoop. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Bobo
guys.
says it's very healthy too. Okay.
What is?
I don't know. What does he
Cigar?
mean? What does he mean? Like smoking in the house is healthy? I don't know what he means.
Look, there's nothing like a cigar, a nice cigar, if that's what you like. I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. Kill it with the cigar. You don't even know about the garlic. Oh, Gianni, you're a mess. You are a mess. All right, I'm banging out, fellas.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had a
Well,
great
thank you so
show.
much, guys. We've
We
been
got
on
an
for
A
an hour
plus
and
on this wine. We got an A plus on this wine. You can sip this. You can eat with it. You can do whatever you want to do with this wine. This is a good one. Rengo. Really get it.
Valpolicella from northern Italy,
You will
northeastern
enjoy it.
Verona.
Yeah.
It's
And
look for it on sale if you can at Bottle King because it helps. It's like a $10 savings on sale.
yes, it
So
was. That's right.
look for it if you can get it.
And they have a few different selections. Rengo. It's a company.
Yes, yes. Rengo's is the Vinter, is the company. Yes, yep.
There was a few different varieties there. All right, guys, this was great. Cigars are a relaxing part of the day. Yeah, definitely, Silo, 100%. I agree. Yes, they are. But
Well,
you're
thank
in
you,
nice
Adam.
weather. You're in nice weather, Silo. You can go outside anytime. Over here, it gets into the 20s and 30s. It's a little tough,
Yeah, you really can't.
It's a little hard. Well,
I
you
mean,
got the fire right behind your house. You can put the fire on.
well,
You
if
can
I
do that
put the
all
fire
year.
pit on, yes, yeah. If I have the fire pit going, yes, I would do that. Yeah.
Well, Patty, I'm up since 4:00. My day starts at 4, Patty. I'm never on here past 8:30, Patty. I'm not tired. I'm just ready for bed. I'm just ready to go take a nap.
Right.
So instead of going out tonight, Patty, I'm going to be a good boy. Carmela was, telling me to go out, but I'm staying home. I'm going to get some rest and start my day at 4 a.m. Of course, I'm tired. 4 a.m. I start my day.
Manuel
Yep.
Batar. I'm offering you the Knicks and chicks. That's from Wall Street. That quote. I remember
Adam
that quote.
Hurley, yes, we just finished the wine tasting. Yes, we did.
Yeah,
First
we're
time in
done,
here,
Adam.
Adam. First time in here.
Yeah, thank you for coming by, though. If you want to go back and look at it, sure, it's there.
Yeah.
It'll be there. It'll be around. So
Yes, I'm doing naughty ones, Patty. I'm ready. I'm done.
no anymore. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, as always, for joining. And
All
being a
right,
part of
guys.
this. And thank you for hit the like button if you can, and thank you for come back again
All
next
right.
week, or come back on Sunday when we do Godfather. So
I'm locking out, and we will see you guys Sunday for the Godfather 2, where
yes,
Vito meets Senor
Roberto. Yes,
That's what we're doing Sunday, 2:00, right here at the Wine Guild. All right, guys. Have a good night. All right, I'll talk to you
All
later.
righty.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right, everybody. Just real quick as we close out, Rengo is the producer. Valpolicella is Ripasso is the type of wine. It comes from Verona, Italy, Veneto region. It's made of 3 grapes. It's made in a special way. This particular, they dry out the grapes, then they do a double fermentation process. So try it out. See if you like it. I enjoy it. It has a lot of taste, a lot of fruit, a lot of, and it is also dry. So it's a good spectrum of a wine, and you could drink it just for yourself, or you could pair it with, drink it by itself, I mean, or you could just pair it with any type of food. It went very well with the cheese. The cheese was excellent with it. So as always, thank you so much for watching and being a part of this. Help me build the guild. And as always, God bless. Have a great week. Thank you for joining.